All right, we're about to dive into one of the biggest challenges we all face. How do we make smart choices in a world that's just swimming in luck and pure randomness? Think of this as your new guide to seeing things a little more clearly. So, let me ask you something right off the bat. Think about your last big win. At work, with an investment, maybe even a personal project. Now, be honest. How much of that was your brilliant strategy, and how much was just being in the right place at the right time? It's a really tough question, isn't it?
And, the reason it's so tough is that our brains are basically storytelling machines. We're just hardwired to connect the dots. When something goes right, we instantly cook up a story about our own skill and genius. But the reality? The hidden hand of chance plays a much, much bigger role than we ever want to admit.
Now, this isn't some kind of personal flaw. Don't feel bad about it. Misreading luck as skill is a predictable, systematic error in how we all think. So let's break down exactly why we get it so wrong so often. Okay, the first major culprit is something called survivorship bias. And man, is it a powerful illusion. We basically build our picture of the world by looking only at the winners, the people and the things that actually made it through. We completely ignore the massive, silent graveyard of all the failures. And this slide just nails it, right? We see that one unicorn startup on the cover of a magazine and think, wow, what a brilliant idea, what an amazing work ethic. But what we don't see are the thousands, literally thousands of other companies that had the exact same idea, worked just as hard, and just quietly disappeared. The winners get all the airtime, and that completely warps our view of reality.
Survivorship bias is a huge one, but it's really just the tip of the iceberg. The root cause is a collection of our brain's own little quirks. We call them cognitive biases. Let's pull back the curtain on the mental shortcuts and blind spots that trick us into seeing skill where there's only luck.
So first up, we've got the anchoring bias. It's this weird habit our brain has of grabbing onto the very first piece of information it gets and using it as an anchor. And then all our later judgments get skewed by that first piece of info, whether it's relevant or not. Okay, check this out. This is a perfect example of anchoring in action. Objectively, 75% fat-free and 25% fat describe the exact same thing. I mean, it's identical, but which one sounds healthier to you? Come on, be honest. Most of us lean toward the first one, because our brain anchored on that positive-sounding phrase, fat-free. And let me tell you, marketers know this inside and out. They use it against us all the time. All right, next is a big one. You have absolutely felt this before. It's the classic I knew it all along effect. The fancy term is hindsight bias. Basically, after something happens, our memory kind of rewrites history to make the outcome feel like it was totally obvious from the very beginning.
I mean, think about it. Before a huge market crash, nobody knows anything, right? It's all chaos and uncertainty. But the day after? Oh, suddenly an army of experts pops up, all claiming they saw the warning signs with crystal clarity. This isn't just people trying to save face. It's a real glitch in our thinking that stops us from remembering just how uncertain the world really was beforehand.
Okay, so we spent some time diagnosing the problem. Our brains are hardwired to be fooled by randomness. But here's the good news, we can fight back. So let's build ourselves a practical toolkit for dealing with all this uncertainty. Here are 3 rules you can start using today. First, and this is huge, judge your decision-making process, not the outcome. A great process can still lead to a bad result because of bad luck, and vice versa. Second, always protect yourself against total disaster, even if it seems unlikely. Cover your downside. And third, learn to trust the kind of wisdom that's been around for centuries over the breathless 24/7 noise of the daily news cycle. Let's get even more practical. Imagine this. A decision you made just went completely wrong. You lost the money, the project failed, whatever. The first instinct is to beat yourself up or just curse your bad luck. Instead, I want you to run this 3-step reality check. The process here is simple, but it is so powerful. First, you have to consciously ignore the bad result. Just for a moment, treat it like static. Second, go back and look at your process. Ask yourself, based on what I knew at the time, did I gather the right info? Did I think about it rationally? And third, this is the secret sauce. Imagine all the other possible ways things could have gone, the alternative histories. This helps you figure out if you had a bad process or if you just got hit with some bad luck in this particular timeline. These tools and rules aren't just little life hacks for making better bets. They're actually pointing toward a whole new mindset, a more humble and frankly, a more robust way of dealing with the world.
To really get this, let's talk about swans for a second. Yeah, swans. Imagine you're a scientist and every single swan you have ever seen in your entire life, thousands of them, has been white.
Well, seeing a million white swans can never ever prove that all swans are white. It just supports your theory. But seeing one single black swan, bam, that instantly disproves it. It changes everything. This shows us something really deep. We learn way more from one big surprise than from a million things that just confirm what we already thought.
And this brings us to what might be the most powerful idea of all, captured perfectly in this quote. You can't control luck. You can't tell fortune what to do. The market's going to do what it's going to do. The only thing you have total control over is your own behavior when randomness strikes.
So here's the bottom line. The goal isn't to become some fortune teller. Stop trying to guess the future. Instead, pour all that energy into building a solid, robust decision-making process that can handle shocks. And then, just act with grace and dignity whether you get hit with incredible luck or a soul-crushing defeat.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. We spend so much of our lives trying to control fortune, trying to master luck. But what if that's the wrong game entirely? What if real success, the highest form of wisdom, isn't about controlling the uncontrollable, but about how we choose to carry ourselves when it inevitably shows up at our door?